谢谢杰西。大家好，我叫大和田健然，我的英文名字是 Taketo Ohwada，请多多关照。后面我的演讲都是用英文为主，所以如果需要翻译的话，到那边请拿一下耳机。So thank you very much for today. My name is Kento Ohwada from Bazaar Entertainment. Today I'm very happy to share the market information about Southeast Asia. So, please. Yeah, so before my presentation, I'm very happy to share my presentation next to you. So if you need, please left your business card. I will send you later. So let me introduce myself. My first career is game programmer for PlayStation 2 in Sony Computer Entertainment. After finish this project, I moved to Shanghai to be a marketing director. I'm living in Shanghai around 5 years, and in Taiwan is also 5 years. At the time, I visited 100 cities in China and visited 1,000 game shops. And our team developed consumer insight research method by bottom-up approach. This method is very, very useful for understanding the consumers. So, frankly speaking, I'm still using this method to understanding Southeast Asian market. I would like to share this information from this method. And after that, I moved to Tokyo to be a government director for the China government and Taiwan for the government relationship. Then finally, we got a license to sell the PlayStation in China offshore. Then I felt done, so I left Sony and established my company, Bazaar Entertainment. So, Bazaar Entertainment established with these 6 guys, including the first CTO of PlayStation. So I'd like to introduce why I shifted to mobile and Southeast Asia. When I was working in Sony, I visited a lot of the countries, not only China, and also visited Thailand, Vietnam, and Malaysia, Indonesia. I found this old Nokia phone in the market. You can see that these phones, the 2468 key has scratched. Do you know why? They are playing the game a lot. This meaning is up, down, right, left. I found here is a huge demand because their supply is limited. So I think I found a lot of fishes. I found a lot of hungry fishes out there. So I decided to move to the mobile industries. Then let's talk about the populations. The Southeast Asia market, the population is half of China. Also, everyone knows that in Southeast Asia countries, a lot of the languages, the currency is different, country is different, regulation is different. So there is no reason to shift to Southeast Asia region. But let's see the population of the age 15 years old to 24 years old. This is a generation of kids. In next 10 years, in this generation has a big change. What's the change? In China, women decrease 70%. And Southeast Asian market really expand 7%. So this number shows next 10 years, China game industry will face a big competition. So that's why I moved to Southeast Asia. So let's see the purchasing powers. So we can say now that China and Southeast Asia average is almost same. And especially Indonesia, the population is 240 million populations. Now the purchasing power is next to China. So that's why we are moving to Indonesia, providing our games. So let's talk about the smartphone penetrations. Now in Indonesia, the smartphone penetration is almost 50%. And let's look at the marketing of this. Let's see the market of students. The penetration of the smartphone in the students market is more than 80% in major cities. So now that market is entered for the smartphone generations. Then let's see the personal incomes. The middle class is booming. So that middle class mean is that they can spend for entertainment. That we saw in China. So there are the reason why I shift to mobile industry and Southeast Asia. Here is a huge demand, and smartphone penetration is increasing, and the young generation population is expanding, and the personal income is also increasing, and there are very limited competitions. So we have some idea for the growth strategy for China companies. So very simple, 出海吧, to go away. So this is the market size. In emerging countries, in this year is 1.7 billion US dollar. But depends on our research, this market potential will be grows to 40% of China market. So now a lot of the game companies would like to distribute their apps to Southeast Asian countries. Their typical launch strategy is a localization and integrate with a local ad network and integrate payment gateway and find local publisher or partners. Yeah, it's good. And also we can find a lot of the parties in Southeast Asian countries. So you can integrate with them in China. But my message is 要小心. It's different market. So there are a lot of the differences. For example, internet connection is quite different with China. And financial environment is also different. And most big difference is customer is different. So just one message is different market has different way. So don't use the China way into these emerging countries. So let's talk about internet condition in Southeast Asia. So almost the user using mobile internet. So penetration of fixed internet is still low. So let's see about the mobile internet. Yeah. So this is a spectrum of the mobile internet. It's very simple. Compared with China and Indonesia, Indonesia bandwidth is half of China. This meaning is a lot of users using. The internet speed is very, very slow. So let's see the comparison between between Japan and Tokyo and Jakarta. We downloading 50 megabytes application from mobile internet. In Tokyo, less than 1 minute, you can download 50 megabytes application. But in Jakarta, let's see, still downloading. Yeah, nobody do not want to wait to download it. Yeah, so in Jakarta, have to wait 6 minutes to download 50 megabytes application. So in fact, a lot of customers do not want to download the application. And also, the data charge is different, very expensive in Indonesia. So a lot of users purchasing this package for the mobile internet. So using this package, if customer download the 50 megabytes application, customer have to spend 4,000 rupiah. The value of 4,000 rupiah is very expensive. You can purchase one bottle of Coca-Cola in 4,000 rupiah, or you can purchase 2 bottles of local teas. Yeah, so many students considering which is better, the downloading apps or drinking Coca-Cola. And also the financial environment is different. This figure shows how you get the salary. A lot of the people get the salary by cash. They don't because they don't have bank account. Bank account penetration in Indonesia is 20%. So the credit card penetration is 1% or 2%. Very, very limited. This situation is completely different between China and Southeast Asian market. Also, we can find this alternative payment system. So we can find this prepaid card in convenience store. But transaction cost in convenience store is very expensive. So that's why the retail price is also expensive, more than 10 US dollars, 15 US dollars. But young students don't have these rich cash flows. And also, some of the payment gateway providing mobile phone billing. So maybe you can use it. But the 97% of the mobile phone user using prepaid subscription. So they cannot top up a lot of the value inside. So to using these alternative payments, the customer have to prepare rich cash to prepare rich cash flows. So the current visible market is just top of pyramid. So the current customer has a strong motivation playing the game and has a credit card and a bank account and has a speedy internet. Of course, a fixed internet connection. So, for example, in Indonesia, Clash of Clans, the monthly sales is 2 million US dollars. You can see the upper need to check it. So, depends on our research. The current customer is almost overseas Chinese market. It's kind of Ohwada system. So, to enter this market, visible market, you better to localize the contents, because overseas Chinese in Indonesia, they cannot read or write Chinese text. And also the internet connection is very bad. So it's better to provide a small file application and minimize internet connections. And it's better to integrate with a local payment system. And the flavor of the games, it's better to follow Japanese comic or Chinese game trend. So I think that these 4 points is very important to enter. This is kind of a condition to enter this market. So below the visible market, here is a huge barrier. One is a low profile internet, very slow internet, and limited payment method, and poor daily cash. So I just want to know at the time, below the pyramid market, they do not play the game or they cannot play the game. This is a big difference. If they cannot play, this is a potential market. So we try test marketing to them. So finally, we found the result is they have the rich cash, but they cannot pay a lot at once. So the ARP is very high, around 50. The average is more than $3 US, and the monthly active user ratio is higher than Google Play users. And they have very, very strong motivation to play the game and limited competitors because they cannot use internet. So the current depends on the research. The visible market size is 73 million US dollars per year, but the addressable market is potential market size is 6.6 billion US dollars. It's very big market. So the program for the potential market is internet environment called ecosystem. So the Bazaar Entertainment, our company, providing infrastructure to them for the App Store without using internet and pay for the games by cash. So the odds transaction or our KPI is better than Google Play. So just the idea is if you want to secure the market of the volume zones, please give us please use our platforms. You can access to the top market and the volume zone together. So the next pole shift is starting. The shift to mobile is kind of world trend, and shift to Southeast Asia region is a population dynamics. So you want to stay at red ocean or want to go to the blue oceans, and shift to volume zone. We have a very good platform, and the middle class market is already expanding. So how enter to this market? Bazaar platform is only the solution to secure volume zone in Southeast Asia region. So thank you very much for today. If you need the Maritex, please contact with us.